Hi and welcome. In my last episode, I started to speak to you about sample instruments, orchestral instruments, and I started with the string sections. And I presented you the string sections from the Logic Pro stock library, and I showed you even how I'm how I'm setting up in a project and how I am trying to make out the best of it from that stock sample library and trying to make it sound as good as it possible. And the rule number one was that I created myself the space, the environment, the reverb that I wanted to use the instruments, to put the instruments inside. And I told you that without the stock library, the other thing that I think everybody has it, every composer has it around him, even if you are a beginner, probably you had a good deal with the Native Instruments Complete bundle and you just bought it. I mean, it's coming Thanksgiving and Black Friday. Generally, Native Instruments are presenting some really interesting, attractive discounts on their softwares, but the best deal generally every year is the Native Instruments complete bundle. And in that complete bundle, generally you have a bunch of instruments. You have instruments for every genre, and there you can find even sample instruments, orchestral sample instruments, like the string section. So in this episode, I want to show you how the strings from complete Native Instruments complete bundle is sounding, and it's the same project that I have presented you last time. One more time, I will make you listen just the string section, the strings library from Logic, so the stock library, right? And then I will, just 1 second, then I will show you and we will listen the Session Strings Pro 1 first. So again, okay, let's try this. So this is the stock library, right? And then now let's go to the Session Strings Pro and have a listen. Okay, so the procedure was the same. I mean, let me just show you, because here I had to do more things. So I took like 3 and 4 ensemble. I went with the production, because you have multiple options. Let me just check it. strings, right? And so it was contemporary. When you go to the ensemble, so you have animator, perfection, and production. So I went with the production part. And what I did, because here, contrary to the logic stock string section, here you have the possibility to add reverb inside of the software. And what I did, I just turned down, right? So I did turn down an equalizer, reverb, compressor, everything. And here I went with the staccato, and that's all. So what I did is just disabled the reverb from Native Instruments, right? Because I introduced in the same space, right? In the same space that are introduced the other ones. So in this space, eventually I'm using only the 5 and the 8, right? So going back, I did the same thing here with the bass, right? In the bass, the same thing. You see, I even left it there. So reverb disabled. And I did the same thing for every channel, right? And because let's just listen, for example, this one, just the first one. Right? And now the reverbs that I chosen, and let's just listen, right? Now the idea is that with Session Strings Pro, you have multiple choices. So here you have like violins, 1, 2, 2, 3 times, 4 times, and then so you have violin 1, violin 2, violin 1, 2 ensemble. Then you have basses 1, 2 basses on together ensemble. Then you have 3 and 4 violins ensemble, and then cellos. You have 3 and 4 cellos, 3 and 4 violas. So you have multiple options, and for every one of them, I did the same thing like with the Logic system. So here you have the bass, the upper part of the bass, then the lower part of the bass. Really the sub bass if you want, right? Then you have the cellos. Right? Then you have the violas, then you have the violins. This is the up part, so it was more flexible, this one. So this one, bass again, the up part, the sub bass, right? Then the cellos again. This is 1, 2 cellos. Then you have the 1, 2 ensemble. Right, and then we have the violas. Okay, then we have the violins up. And then the violins, the mid ones. And then with it stuck together, right? And then, so here we have, then activated the buses, right, for the environment, and then okay, so, and now, so we listen. This is the Session Strings Pro. And now let's listen again with the Logic stock one. Right? Now again with the Session Strings Pro 1. And now let's do something crazy. Let's put those two together. Here it is together. It's kind of working just fine together, don't you think? I mean, if I'm just taking it out, this one, and now obviously there's a volume also, but it's not just a volume because it's just really sounding quite nice, right? And then I created the same thing with the Session Strings Pro 2. This is the Pro 2 version, and I did the same thing. Let me just demonstrate to you. So with the Pro 2 version, like I took the Session Strings Pro, staccato again, and this is the ensemble, traditional ensemble. And I didn't use none of this smart voice split and whatnot. And in the effects section, I just took out the reverb because, again, so. Right? Then I just put back. Let me just show you how is with the reverb, the stock reverb from Native Instruments, and the one that I have routed in. So, right? And this is the stock reverb, right? And then with the buses, has a long tail, right? Okay, and then I did the same thing. So this is traditional ensemble. Then we have the bass is the low part. Again. Then we have the upper part, the mid part. Then we have the chalice. And this one, because it has a larger spectrum, I just left it like it was. Then we have the violas. And violas, low up part. Now this is the violins. Up and then. Now what for me from the beginning was amazing is that there's a spatial already arrangement. But if you can listen and hear, for example, let me just go back to the Session Strings Pro 1, right? All of them. How this one is sounding, and then now listen the Pro 2. So this is all automatic, so I didn't touch it. What I did is only deactivated the reverb, and I really used it as from the factory, so nothing else I didn't done with it. And it's good for an orchestral composition, and even in other compositions it's quite nice that they tried and they left the recordings as it was made in on the stage, right? So you can hear that is pushed to the left side, because on the left side obviously it was the string section, and that means that the right hand you will have the horn section and so on and so forth, right? So they have already made the arrangements for us. Right, and now let's listen all of them together, right? So now we have the Logic stock string section, sample library. We have the let me just do this. We have the Session Strings Pro 1 and the Session Strings Pro 2 from Native Instruments, and all of them together would sound like this. Right, and then we have, and let me just show you because I see that it's all the time is appearing here. So I was, amusing myself with action strings also. I just wanted to see how it sounds. So here it is. Now without basses, the raw one. Obviously you do not have staccato or other things, so what I did is just a level of sound. So I did a boost dynamics stage, and the concept for the reverb I just disabled, right? So this is what I did because I didn't really had any other options. It's quite limited, and then I just put it here, trying to replicate a staccato or spiccato. sounds like not that good. Let's put it that way. But you see, it's creating an ambience, and now together with all of them, sounds like this. Right. Now, at the end, because as I was talking to you about the Native Instruments complete bundle, I think if you are buying it, the collector or something edition, you have the Symphony series also. And I think I had a very good offer one time, and I just bought into it. What I did for the Symphony series, so I used almost all that was available, like section parts, and what I did again in the mixer, I left it on stereo. I disabled the reverb, EQ, compressor, whatnot, and here I put up the full ensemble, the ensemble divisé A, divisé B, A divisé A, divisé B, and then here I wanted a little bit of cut through attack, so the slam I put it on the staccato, and the slam I put it like here 1 o'clock, right? So this is all that I done with them. And then I used, as I told you, every division, and let's just hear it, the row. Right? Now, with the space, the environment that I have created and routed all of them together to blend together, this is the result. We have all this party blend together like this one. This is the full ensemble. Then we have the divisé A. I think that even the divisé A is more interesting than the full ensemble. It's way too much. Even B and A. And then the full. Yeah, it's a good bass. And then we have the string, the basses. This is the sub, the low. And then we have the up and together. Right. Then we have the cellos. This is the 10 player. Then 5. Then 5 again. And all together. Then we have the violas. This is the full, I think, 12. Then we have 6 violas. 6 again. And there are small harmonic differences, which I think that together they blend together and sound better. Okay. Then we have, this is the upper part of violins, right? Violins full. I think 20, I don't know how many players. And then this is a smaller section. Again, you see there are small nuances. So this is the violin, the section 1. This is section 2. Section 2B. And all together, the violins and all together the symphony series one more time. So up. And let's do all together. So now we have the Logic stock strings, then we have the Session Strings Pro 1, all the sections, then we have the Session Strings Pro 2, and from the Symphony series the string section, right? All of them playing together. Let's hear it. 1, 2, 3, and here we go. So, what do you think? Is overkill, all of them working together, or what do you think? Is it blending good together? I would like really to know your opinion on this. I mean, would you use it like this, or you would use it just, for example, the stock libraries? For example, you will use it only the strings from the Logic, because if you have only that, I mean, obviously you can use it and just let's see. Yeah, I mean, you can use it obviously, or from the session strings if you have only the session strings Pro 1, then it would be like this. Or session strings Pro 2, right? Or with the session strings, you can use, if you have both of them, like or if you have, let's say the symphony series also, you can combine like this. Or maybe make it overkill like this. So I hope this was informative. This is a way that you can create this kind of compositions. I mean, the idea is that obviously the advantage of good libraries, high quality libraries, is that you do not need to use as much strings. You do not have to layer it down. Although many times even with high quality libraries we are doing the same thing. Sometimes this is why we can arrive quickly more than hundreds of tracks layered, stacked. But I think that this technique of layering down tracks is really useful and can really give some good quality, or your composition can arrive to sound good, right? So please tell me in the comment section below, what do you think? Are these stock sample libraries usable in compositions? Do you use them? If you are using them, are you using the same way that I just showed you, or do you have different techniques that you are applying in your creation compositional method? So thank you for watching. I hope this was informative, and definitely see you next time. Bye.